we have any drawbacks over there. What are the transaction delay and the transaction rollback? These are the, and the main drawback is the unnecessary overhead. Here the main drawback is the unnecessary overhead when majority of the transactions are the read only transaction, because the transaction only needs the read operation, but it has to wait the so much of time it does not, and when it is wants to do the right operation again it should be in the queue. So here unnecessary overhead is going to occur when you are working with the locking protocols and the time stamping protocols. To overcome all these problems, we are using the optimistic concurrency control technique. So indirectly we can call it a validation. So here we are mainly focusing on the concept called as the validation. So optimistic, normally the meaning of the optimistic is in a powerful or confident and executive efficient. So we can say the meaning of the optimistic like this. So what happens in the optimistic concurrency control technique is, see, in optimistic concurrency control technique, no checking is done while the transaction is executing. Why? Because if you do the if you do the checking before executing any read and end operation, we are getting the drawbacks. To overcome these drawbacks only we are working this. So there is no need of checking is done while the transaction is executing, and it is based on the assumption that majority of the database operations do not conflict. They are not going to get the deadlock. So we have to imagine in that way, then only this technique is going to work. And a transaction proceeds without the restrictions until the close the transaction commit. So when a transaction is started the processing, it has to complete those transactions with the command called as a commit. So that at that time only there is no chance to get the no waiting, and we are not going to get the any deadlock. Once the transaction is entered into a database, it has to do the commit after modification all kind of data, and it is then checked to see, and this transaction has to proceed without any restriction until the close transaction. If restrictions are there, it will be the processing will be in pending. So when a transaction will enter into the particular database without transaction, it has to close the transaction. If this process is completed, then it is going to check to see without it has some into the conflict with other transaction, then it is going to check that is there any conflicts this particular transaction with others. If any conflicts will occur, we have to abort the transaction. We are not going to proceed into the next accessing the data. Suppose if it is not like that, happily you can do the validation piece. Once if any conflicts are occurs, if you got the result as in a false, nothing but there is a chance to get the conflicts. We are not at all giving the chance to particular transaction. When conflict occurs, if our result is conflict occurs, the transaction is going to aborted. If conflicts are, remember that if conflicts are occur, we are going to abort that particular transactions. And the main concept is here in validation based protocol. Suppose if there is no conflicts are not occurring, at that time the transaction has to go through all these phase. If it is any conflict occur, it will be aborted. If the conflict is not going to occur, it has to go through the three phases. In validation based protocol, execution of the transaction, suppose if I am imagining my transaction is ti, it is going to throw by the three phases. First one is read phase. Okay, what happens in the read phase? At the start of this phase, transaction ti is associated with the timestamp. I already discussed about the timestamp. When you start any transaction in the database, first it is going to allocate a particular timestamp is nothing but at a time period, an amount of time period is going to given by per each and every transaction, that is called as a timestamp. At the start of this stage, the transaction ti is associated with the timestamp. Okay, once the ti reads the values of the data items from the database, and these values are then stored in the temporary local copies of the data item, and it will be kept in the workspace of the ti. What is the meaning of this? Suppose the transaction ti came, and the transaction ti came, it is reading the data from this particular database. Whatever the data it is going to read by the transaction ti, every transaction will have some local buffer. whatever the data is going to taken by the TA, it is going to store in the local buffer of that particular transaction. Like that, how many transactions are reading, each and every transaction will have some local buffer. Okay, that is going to tell once the transaction tier reads the values of data from the database, these values are then stored in the temporary local copies of the data items, and that will be kept in the workspace. Suppose TI again needs data, does not, there is no need to go again database, it can go to their local buffer. Okay, if any modification done in the local copies, it does not affect the actual database. The TI was taken the 2 GB data from the database and it was stored in the local buffer. Suppose if any modification want to do for the local buffer, it does not affect it to the main data available in the database, the main data available in the database. Okay, and second one is a validation phase. It is only reading phase, we are not doing, if it is any modification will done, it is not permanently storing, it is storing in the temporarily in the local buffer. And second one, coming to important phase, it is a validation phase. At the start of this phase, TIE associated with the timestamp validation. Here normal timestamp time period, here one more timestamp is going to come, that timestamp is called as a timestamp validation fact. Okay, and the system will performs a validation test when TI decide to commit. So after doing all work, the TI has to do commit. If you do commit only, we are moving on to the validation phase. Until if you are not doing the commit phase, you are in a normal stage. Okay, the system will perform the validation test when TI decide to commit. Okay, this validation test is performed to find whether the modification made to the temporarily local copies are to be to the database without violating the serializability. So what validation phase is nothing but whatever the data modification we are doing, is it modification we are doing on the only local buffer, or if you want to do modification, whether it is applicable to your database. Suppose you taken some data, you want to do modification, okay, you did it the modification. If you want to submit to your database, you can submit, but in what way, without affecting to your serializability concept. Okay, without violating the concept of the serializability, you can modify your data in your local buffer, and whatever the data you are modified in the local buffer, and you can also transfer to the database. Whether you are transferring in a proper way with the serializability or not, that is going to checking by the validation phase. If 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 you got the result as a, if TI conflict with any other concurrency executing, suppose if you got the result as a, if you got the result as a wrong, so when you're giving the data to the database, permanently we are storing the database, any conflict will occur with other concurrently executing the transaction, this TI transaction must be rolled back from its workplace, it's cleared by the TA. Suppose when you are doing the modification of data in the local buffer, suppose we are transferring from the local buffer to the permanently to the database. In this phase, if you got any conflict with other transactions, this transaction has to be rolled back and it is completely removed from the your local buffer. If it is success, if you are not getting any conflict, yeah, you can store your data, you can store your modified data into the database. And next phase is an important phase, what you are writing on the database is the write phase. In this phase, the system will copy whatever the modification you done in the local buffer made by the TU, whatever the modification you can done by the made by the TU in the workspace to the database. In the third phase, whatever the data you are modifying, that modified data is going to store in the database only if there is no conflict are going to occur, nothing but your validation phase is must and must, it's successful. And at the end of this phase, TI is associated with the timestamp of finish. So here we are working with the three timestamp. First one is the starting of the timestamp, and second one is the timestamp validation, this is one more slot, and this is the timestamp finish. Three time slots are is going to occur. This is about your optimistic concurrency control techniques. I hope you all are understood. If you have any doubt, you just do comment. Thanks for listening.